Hey there! Today we're going to try something a little different. A short, guided practice all about transforming a simple meal into an act of real presence. And our guide for this is a guy named Dev. Through his story, we're going to see how we can do this for ourselves.
This probably sounds familiar, right? The story is about Dev who eats alone most weeknights, but really, it's about something so many of us go through. Autopilot. You're there, you're eating, but your mind is somewhere else completely, lost in a screen. And just like that, the whole moment, it just passes you by.
And think about it. This system he has, it's so deliberate. It's not an accident. It's a routine he's built on purpose. Cook the dinner, prop the phone up, hit play. It's a wall he's built, a defense against the quiet, against just being alone with his food.
And then, boom, the system breaks. The Wi-Fi is down. No video, no podcasting. And suddenly, Dev is left with nothing but his food and his own thoughts. And that first feeling, it's uncomfortable. A sudden awareness of how quiet the room is, of the chair he's sitting on, of just being there, alone.
And that's really the big question here, isn't it? What actually happens when you strip away all the distractions, when the only thing left on the agenda is to just eat? This is the moment. His little accident becomes our invitation.
All right, so let's try this out. And you can do this right now, by the way, with a sip of water, a little snack, or you can just follow along with Dev. Our very first step is super simple. Just notice one single flavor.
So here's the first step. Take one bite of whatever you have. And now chew it at like half your normal speed. Really slow it down. That's it. The only goal is to find one little flavor, one tiny note that you usually miss in the rush.
And right here, something starts to shift. Dev takes a spoonful of dal, a dish he's had, thousands of times. He thinks he knows it inside and out, but by following this one simple instruction, slow down and notice, he finds something brand new in something so familiar.
So look what he finds. There's this little hint of smokiness, maybe from being on the stove just a second too long. There's an earthy taste under the turmeric. And the cumin, the jeera, it has this sharp kick he realizes is actually really nice. The crazy part? All of this was always there. He just wasn't tasting.
Okay, so we've tuned into taste. Now let's go a little deeper. We're going to expand our attention to another layer of the experience that we almost always ignore: texture.
Taste is just one piece of the puzzle. Texture, that's like the whole landscape of the food in your mouth. Is it soft? Is it crunchy? How does it feel? How does it change while you chew? These are the first things that completely disappear when we're glued to a screen.
And when he focuses on this, more details pop out. He notices the rice has this slight stickiness to it. He discovers the papad has this perfect, amazing crunch, but it only lasts for about 30 seconds. He usually misses it by eating it too late. So tonight, he eats it first. It's a small change, but man, it's satisfying.
So by the time Dev's done with his meal, something has fundamentally changed. And this was never just about making food taste better. The real transformation, the real shift, that happened inside him. Let's take a look at what that actually feels like.
Just look at the difference here. On the one hand, you've got the before, eating but not tasting, feeling lonely, always needing to fill the silence. But now, he's actually noticing every flavor. That lonely feeling is gone, and he's realizing, hey, maybe the silence was never empty in the first place.
And that is the absolute core of it. The feeling he always called loneliness wasn't actually about being alone. It was about being absent. It was about not showing up for his own life. He was always somewhere else, lost in a video, scrolling a feed. But tonight, for the first time in forever, he was just here. And then comes the real test. The internet flickers back on. The phone buzzes, offering that easy escape. The distraction is back on the table. And he makes a choice. He looks at his phone, and he puts it right back down. The accident just became an intention.
And if you need proof that something's really changed, it all comes down to one number, 11. For 11 whole minutes, he just sits with his chai. No urge to turn something on, no need to fill the silence. That same quiet space that felt so awkward and uncomfortable before, it's now peaceful.
So that leaves us with a question for you. Dev found all these forgotten flavors, these new textures, and really, the comfort of his own company. It makes you wonder, if you put the phone down, if you just listened, what would you find your silence is already full of?